Hello again, everyone. This is a hamster with very messy hair. Again with another Bloodborne PvP video. Now, this is about the 7th time that I've tried to record commentary, decent commentary for this video. So if I sound a little off, if I sound shittier, or if I fumble and stumble my words more than I normally do, then I'm really sorry, because at this point, I'm just trying to make it decent enough so that I can, upload it finally. I've been sitting on this video for a while, but anyway, let's talk about honor. But before we start the conversation, let's take a look at this clip where this solo host is ready to fight me, but he's gonna bow. And I'll respond with, boom. Hey man, he was bowing. He was ready for the 1v1 honorable duel. He was alone. Why did you do that? What kind of scumbag, disgusting rat, rodent bullshit is that? Well, yeah, I am a rodent actually. I'm telling you right now that I am a complete scumbag when it comes to being an invader. I have no issue with that at all. I think it's perfectly fine. But I want to talk about honor because there's people that believe that even when invading, invaders should have some form of etiquette, I guess. That is, to me, completely ridiculous and not true. Now, I will mention that there is only one real honor rule that I really just place on myself. And that's when the host is alone and it's clearly a new player. And look at the message that popped up here, by the way. That's very important for what you're about to see. If a host is new and he's really trying to fight fair, even after you hit him, even after I sucker punch him with a hammer in the head, even after I trick him into bowing and I hit him, which is a trick that I often use, if they keep trying, I'll grant them the honor duel. But do you like sneak attacks? I really do. If you really like sneak attacks, take a look at this. Yeah, the L2 missed the host there. I don't know why. There were probably some latency issues. But the message that I told you to look at, the Bell Maiden was gone, meaning that they killed her. Now in Yahar Ghul, the Bell Maiden that enables invasions is completely separate from the maidens of the PvE that are normally present in Yahar Ghul. Because I know that the only way to leave where the invasion enabling Bell Maiden is, the only way to leave where she is to use these teleport bath things. I set up the sneak attack because that's something that you want to keep in mind when you invade as well. You want to know where the host is, you want to know where he wants to go, where he doesn't want to go, and you want to use the levels layout to your advantage, and you should know it by the point where you can react quick enough. You should just know the level and use it to your advantage so you can be more effective as an invader. But anyway, going back to the honor talk, if a host is new and he's dealing little damage and I know that he's trying, he's showing a lot of heart, I'll switch weapons and I'll grant him the 1v1. Now, the reason I do that is because I find it really inspiring, I guess. Maybe it's just me being emotional. I really like this game and it really is very nice when a new player actually tries to fight you with all he's got, even if he knows that he's not doing too much damage or that maybe you just play better than him. With that said, though, by the way, I want to make a big point right now, and that is that these videos that I upload are in no way to be taken as me uploading a showcase of my skill in this game. When I say that I grant the solo host a fair duel, and I switch to a less damaging weapon, and I'll just fight him on as best I can, and we both give it our all, and all that, I don't do that because I'm trying to imply that I'm so good at the game that I need to nerf myself to give the host a chance. I don't do it to give them a chance. I do it to make it fair. Now, being fair and giving them a chance are not exactly the same thing, right? So when I say that I switch weapons to a less damaging weapon, you know, I want to do it with no gems, no bullshit. I want to give them a honest fight on equal grounds, both of us. I do it because I respect them, because I really like the fact. I think it's actually really cool on their part that they're new players, they are new to the game, they're new to the PvP, and they're still trying. I'll grant them the honor duel if they're, you know, if they fall in that category. But again, I don't want you to think that these videos are me thinking that I'm hot shit, because I'm not. I actually think I'm a pretty mediocre Bloodborne player, honestly. But that doesn't stop me from playing, it doesn't stop me from having fun, and it certainly doesn't stop me from making really, I don't know, commentary that's all over the place. I enjoy doing commentary, I actually like it way more than I initially thought. But I'm just really passionate about the game, so when I see a host that's really trying, I give him the true honor duel in which we're both just on equal grounds. So with that said, again, the rules that you impose on yourself will have a direct effect on the outcome of the invasion and any fight in general. Now, this game really gives the host a lot of power. They gave Dark Souls 3 hosts even more power. I don't know why they keep doing it. Did you see that L2, by the way? If there's anything that you really want to learn from these videos, even if what I say you don't quite agree with and you're not quite on board with, you know, what I'm talking about, at least take this with you. The Kirkhammer L2 is amazing. Use it. On a side note, Yahar'gul is an amazing place to invade because there's amygdalas that are on your side, except the one that shoots lasers, because the laser can still hit you. There's amygdalas and there's plenty of enemies, and it's just crazy. I really recommend it. Anyway, back to the honor talk, to stay on topic here. Hunters, lore-wise, are not honorable. All right? Eileen the Crow herself tells you that there is no honor in hunting hunters, right? And I myself am a hunter of hunters when I am invading. So my job is to prevent your progress at all costs. If it means that I can trick you somehow into gesturing so I can sucker punch you on your temple with a hammer, I will do that. If it means ambushing you by turning myself invisible with some blue alien juice, I will also do that. If it means I have to lure you to a group of enemies so they can all destroy you along with me, I will do that. I will do anything. All right, I'll do anything to complete my objective. And the reason why I implore scumbag tactics is because the host has every single choice available to him. The host, like the one you're watching right now, he can just run away to the boss, which I thought he was going to do, but a little bit more on that later. This is a pretty long clip, and you'll see why it was so surprising to me at the end. Anyway, back to the lore. Gehrman himself, the first hunter, Papa Hunter, you know, halfway through the fight with him, he buffs. Spoilers, by the way, I guess. He buffs halfway through the fight. Where's the honor in that? According to the honor code that was, I want to say that was really born with Dark Souls. I guess you could say Demon Souls, but it was only with Dark Souls that people really started to take this honor shit really seriously. According to the honor code, you know, buffing halfway through a fight is not honorable. You get to do it at the start of the fight, but you don't get to do it after. You know, that's what the honor code says. Last time I checked. That's just garbage, you know. Jura, the introduction to Jura himself. The Old Yarnum, remember him, Jura? What's the introduction to that character? He tells you to get the fuck out, and if you don't, he snipes you with a minigun. Do I need to repeat that? He snipes you with a minigun that has infinite bullets. NPC hunters in general all have infinite bullets, which you can't have. and they do actual good damage with their guns. Usually a hunter with a blunderbuss will actually do fucked up shotgun damage to you, but you can't do the same to them. Even if you have an absurd amount of Bloodtinge, your blunderbuss will never reach that level. So there you go. The lore itself tells you and lets you know that hunters are just not honorable. The hunters in Yahar Ghul, there's 3 of them. They are in a group, so if you're alone, it's gonna be a 3v1, unless you're co-oping. They hunt in packs, you know? Just no honor, guys. There's no honor in any of it. Now, in this particular clip that you're watching, I had no fucking idea. I didn't know what the guy was doing. I didn't know if he wanted to go to the boss, if he wanted to go up the shortcut so that he could get close to the lantern so he could summon his buddy again. I really had no idea what he was trying to do. But by the way, like I mentioned before, he has every right to run away from me. If that's his tactic, then good. Because he's being a chicken shit, he's being a coward, and I am just overjoyed by it. I am completely okay with that, and there is no reason why anyone should say, well, he's being a coward, he should fight you. No, he doesn't. He really doesn't need to fight me. I'm doing absurd amounts of damage to him because I really just... I saw that they were a group, so I figured I needed my really damaging weapon. And I just never switched it off. That was an honest mistake. I would typically just switch, but I really didn't. I actually fuck up quite a bit in a few videos by not switching. But when we're going up the elevator, I still have no idea. Like, what does he really want? And it wasn't until we reached this point that I noticed that, look at that, the door was closed, and oh man, I felt so bad and so good at the same time. I stopped him from opening the shortcut, so now he has to go around all over again. And that is what I do. I am a hunter of hunters. I want to prevent the host from progressing. Now, I know that the lack of honor and the scumbag tactics don't really sit too well with a lot of people. I understand that. It's usually the Dark Souls duelists and Dark Souls players in general that really try to uphold this honor code. Some people, like I said, believe that invaders still need to have some form of etiquette. I call bullshit because this isn't Dark Souls, so I don't have to give a shit to begin with. This game was never advertised as anything other than a new game in a new world, so, you know, whatever. This invasion right here will showcase why honor means absolutely jack shit, especially in this game. We are in Canehurst. The host has this guy that is a password co-op summon. I believe he is scaled down to try to be on the host's level. He has the Evelyn and he has Ludwig's Holy Blade. It is a weapon, by the way, the Ludwig's, that you should be very scared of because the Ludwig's and heavier weapons in general, they seem to stun you for a longer time. And because the host has a saw cleaver, which is a faster weapon, they can typically get me with 2 or even 3 hits for a big chunk of my health. So I don't want that, right? So my main goal here is to lure them into the little hallway or corridor over there because I know that there's an enemy in there. It's an old man with a rapier and he's very fast and his attacks do a lot of damage. Look at the Evelyn shots. Look at how much damage I receive from a single shot. So you got a host. Look at the damage. Look at that. Look at my fucking health, man. Where's the honor in any of this? But in this case, there is no honor in, on either side. This invasion was pretty cool also because they don't really have any alternate routes to take, I am forcing them to proceed through the level because where I'm trying to hide is also where they need to go. So they really don't have much of a choice, and they know it. So they want to get rid of me as quickly as possible. If that means that they have to be scumbag shits about it, if that means that they have to shoot me with the Evelyn a billion times, they'll do it. Look at the damage, my god. So you got a guy that can just shoot you from afar and just take away chunks of your health. That's the equivalent of invading a group of people in Dark Souls 3, for example, or in any Dark Souls. And one of the gankers is a caster, and he'll just soul spear you from wherever he may be standing. And the equivalent of that in this game, in Bloodborne, is the Bloodtinge builds with the Evelyn. Arguably, maybe people that have the cannon, but I would preferably say that it's usually the Bloodtinge builds with the Evelyn. Because the Evelyn uses less ammo than a cannon, obviously. And in the long run, it can just kill you more efficiently without wasting so many bullets as a cannon would. So at this point, we're both just playing... we're just playing careful, I guess. I'm trying to lure them, you know, taunting them. I want them to go where I want them to go, which is, coincidentally, the only way that they can go. Canehurst, of course, has a shortcut elevator, but they obviously haven't opened it yet. Otherwise, they would have been going there. I just try to do whatever I can, but I have a Kirk hammer, so I don't have my gun available. But really, with this character, you're going to notice that I don't really look for parries, because this character does not have a high level of skill, the actual stat skill, not my skill as a player. So my visceral attacks will do pretty much no damage. So I also find it fun to perform pretty decently with a Kirk hammer. I find it fun because it means that I'm not going to focus on gunshots or anything like that, or parry fishing. I just want to do it with the hammer. So that's kind of the theme with this character. Later on, I'll be using a cannon, so that's the weapon that I'm going to use to, you know, actually put my bullets to use. But right now, you're gonna start to see the slow decline of the gank. The one weakness that always gets to them is the lack of patience. They don't have any patience. They're gonna try to rush me, so it'll inevitably be the downfall of their gank. So we're just waiting, right? There's no honor, like I said, there's no honor in what's going on right now. You know, they're being chicken shits, even though there's two of them. They could take care of that enemy so quickly. They don't really have to wait as long as they are right now. But because they're scared that they may actually get killed by the little rapier-wielding guy, they don't want to have anything to do with it, right? So I'm just waiting. I forget what I was looking for there. I clearly didn't have it. Whatever it is that I was looking for. So here we are again. Little skirmish again. He changed to the Rakuyo. A fucking insane weapon, by the way. It's probably the best PvP weapon in the game. Rakuyo and Saw Cleaver, really bad combination to deal with. So here we keep having little skirmishes. The host is buffing his gun. He uses Beast Roar, so he has some arcane, which means that he's probably pretty high level. I mean, Bloodtinge and arcane. I mean, maybe he's not. Maybe he's just a regular 120 build or something like that. But I don't know, man. It's not a good sign. I'm starting to zigzag there to not get shot. You saw me fuck up in something really, really key there. It's that I tried to roll. Normal rolling the Saw Cleaver doesn't quite work. The roll is great if you don't want to dash, because the dash will often make you go into a corner and get you stuck, because the dash covers so much ground and it's so good. But sometimes, I was talking to a friend of mine about this, it's so good that it'll get you killed because it's so good, because it covers so much ground. that you'll get stuck on like a rock or something, and you know you'll get fucked. So again, I'm just hiding out. I'm just trying to lure them into this room where the enemies are, and spoilers, they'll bite. There you go. Look, first guy. I don't know why he was throwing knives at me. Maybe he wanted to throw off my dodge timing or something. But they both get a really messed up tunnel vision, and they completely ignore the enemies. You see him wailing at the air, and he's just so focused on me that he forgets to deal with the really angry ladies. So that's one down. I clap at him sarcastically. Good job, you idiot. And then the host. Oh my god, the host. I wanted to mess with this guy so much because this is the payoff, guys. This is what you get to enjoy after you've dealt with the co-opers. You get to fuck up the host. I wanted to wring this guy's little fucking neck so bad. I was so glad that I got to have him by himself, and he had no idea how to deal with me or the Kirkhammer. You know, he's just shooting. He's just hoping for a parry. I'm not gonna give any of that shit to him. I'm just so glad that I can just hit him in the head with a big fucking hammer after I defeated his stupid fucking Canehurst Evelyn buddy. And that's really the payoff. You know, they wanted to be scumbaggy, so I wanted to be scumbaggy too. They wanted to just put me in their blender. I put them in the blender of PvE enemies. You know, it's scumbaggy on both sides. It cancels out. So in the end, it turns out that it's just fair for both sides. Anyway, that's enough about honor talk. Be an invader, all right? You're not a honest fighter, you know. No one in this game is. We're all hunters. We're all trying to kill each other or trying to kill something else. So keep that in mind, all right? Don't get killed because of some weird honor code that you learned in some YouTube video of Dark Souls. Please don't. Learn something else from this YouTube video, and that is to be a scumbag. It's good for you. Be a disgusting, hairy, plague-infested rat. It's good for you. I promise it's good for you. And always point forward, not down. Thanks for watching. Join me in the next video in which we will date the Queen of Canehurst, much to her disgust. Thanks for watching.